Every minute, someone in the U.S. develops Alzheimer's, but could a new concept revolutionize how we care for those struggling with the disease? We're talking about something called a dementia village, and the developer of the project, Scott Tarde, now joins us. Tell us about the concept of this village that you're building in San Diego.
Yeah, so basically it's based on the concept of reminiscence therapy. And so reminiscence therapy speaks to the fact that people make their strongest memories from the ages of 18 to about 35 years old. And the reason that is because you have significant life events happening at that time. Basically graduating high school, graduating college, first marriage, children, jobs, things to that effect. So most of our participants in our program are in their early 80s. And so if you kind of do the backwards math, you take them back to a time when in the 1950s, 1960s, and that the concept is to create essentially a city inside of a building of that time period.
So share with our viewers, how does this work? How does it look?
Yeah, so basically, essentially we're partnered with the San Diego Opera Scenic Studio in San Diego. And so you can see we're essentially creating storefronts that are fully functioning. So you have things like City Hall, a movie theater, a pet shop, a 50s style diner. So our participants come in and engage with our program aides, our staff, and move through the storefronts like you and I would move through classes in high school and college. So we spend 45 to 50 minutes in each
like Paramount Studios.
A little bit. So is there a fee for this? Like, how does it work in terms of the caregivers and the people who participate?
Well, we're a nonprofit organization, so we've been in San Diego for 35 years, and we charge $95 a day, which is less than $12 an hour.
Wow,
so
that's
cool. Our grantors and supporters.
I think what you guys are doing is amazing. It's evidence-based because we know that individuals with dementia, when they reside in more of a traditional setting, they tend to not have a lot of stimulation. And when they don't have stimulation, that actually not only decreases their quality of life, but it also ends up sort of taking their will away to really motivate themselves to do things that are healthy and maybe extend their lifespan in a more quality way.
Scott, I work on a consultation liaison service at a medical hospital. A lot of the patients that I see are dementia, Alzheimer's. And it's so sad for me to see because placement is so difficult because they need so much staff intervention. And I hate to say this, but what's happening, guys, is that these patients just end up being over-medicated. Right? Because the nurses don't know how to care for them. Nurses are wonderful, don't get me wrong, but they're not specifically trained in this. So when a patient becomes agitated because they're scared, we're putting them on very strong medicines, antipsychotic medicines, right? So to do this for these people and to give them hope and to bring them into a community that gives them a positive, great, life, it's just wonderful. I think it's great. I'm so supportive of it.
It really is. I wish I had something like this when I dealt with my mom, because everything you've said is so right on. At times she couldn't remember my name, but if we looked at pictures together, something like that, boom, she popped. And the whole issue where she was, it was difficult. She would get out of her room and roam around. It wasn't safe. You could tell that she was scared. These are such big issues you have to deal with, and I think a setting like you have alleviates a lot of those issues, downsides that you have to deal with.
And I think for you as a caregiver too, I think this is a lovely service you're providing, because in addition to them being scared, it's exhausting sometimes for the family members because they're constantly feeling like they have to chaperone an older parent or an older adult, and this way they know they can go somewhere safe. $95 is so reasonable. I mean, $12 an hour, you can't get care for that anywhere.
An early 2018 opening, is that the game plan?
Yep, spring of 18, and we actually took possession of the building last September 1st.
Kudos to you and best of luck. And what's great is if this concept works and is effective, this could really revolutionize some of the care and treatment, and we can start seeing these hopefully in other cities across the country.